So I'm interested to see what Mao Mao comes up with when it comes to the emperor or the late emperor's death and all the implications that come from this. Because in the previous one, the one with the doors, she was also implying this is after I edited everything, so now I know. She was implying that the emperor had a thing for younger women, right? Not great, but she was very young when she had the actual emperor. And Mao Mao said that the brother is a year older than her, therefore she would have to have been 30-ish, 32 at the time. So that brings into question, like, okay, how did she get pregnant if she is above the, where to say, above the age of what the emperor wants? And then also with the late emperor's death, I mainly go to the paint because that's the one thing they showed on the ground when they opened the door. So I don't know if lead, like lead poisoning, is the cause of this. I don't really know the effects of lead poisoning. I know it's like death, but other than that, I'm not sure. Anyways, without further ado, let's get straight on to it. Make sure there's content as always. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. Already starting with the creepy music. Fantastic.
It's plagued Lady Ansha too long. This curse. Find the reason why our late Emperor's body remained intact, even after his death.
If the mystery remains unsolved, Lady Ansha will always blame herself.
Mm-hmm.
I will do my best, but first, I will need to make one request.
Request?
The room where the Emperor last resided. Do you think it would be at all possible for us to enter?
Ooh. Who you gotta ask, the Emperor or the Dowager?
Getting the Emperor's approval shouldn't be
Okay.
hard. As long as his mother puts a good word in for us.
Tonight, you will be sleeping in here.
Really, Lady Sweden, you're too kind.
It's been a while since you were our guest here. You get plenty of rest.
I will. How extravagant. Reading by candlelight. Books are precious. I should read them whenever I can.
Wait for me!
Lady Sweden, still young at heart.
All of them are like romance novels. The Fourth Wing.
Curious, aren't you?
I would never dream of stealing anything, ma'am! I was just looking.
Oh, I know.
A collection of children's toys?
Or those Jinchis.
Yes, Master Jinshi's favorites.
Oh, you're gonna find the paint block thing?
These are the ones I would hide from him. If he played with one more than others, in here they would go.
Why did you take away his favorites?
Because if you grow too attached to one thing, you can lose sight of all else. And he wasn't born into a position that afforded him that luxury.
Is that a picture? Or painting?
A painting?
So that's where I put it. I
What-
was told I needed to throw it out years ago.
What was the
What
painting
was
of?
that? May I pick up this one?
Certainly.
This is the paint thing. Yep.
This is poison.
How would he get it?
I'd like to know that myself.
What kind of poison is it though?
When Master Jinshi was young, did he ever make visits to the inner court?
Sometimes he would visit, yes.
She's like,
But
I don't wanna
what does
give out
that
the
have to do
information.
with it?
Ansha's curse? And the reason why the late Emperor's body didn't decompose. I can clear everything up tomorrow.
That quickly? It's been a night.
Master Jinshi's joining us too.
Of course he is.
I was trying to keep this from becoming a huge deal.
Becoming a huge... You got the Empress Dowager here.
Do you know if the late Emperor painted as a hobby?
Just one time, he had created a portrait for me.
One time? That's it?
He made me promise to keep it between us. If others found out, they would take away his supplies.
What's with the finger thing, Jinchi?
That's his nervous tick. I'm sure he thinks he's acting calmly.
You know his ticks.
But to figure out this curse, I need more information about him.
Oh gosh. Asking questions? That's dangerous.
Did the late Emperor exclusively paint inside of this room?
We cannot say for sure. However, when he started closing himself off in here, he was seen to by the same servant.
Would you mind finding them?
Gosh, how long would that take? They can't just text someone.
Translucent shards on the floor. Markings like someone was furiously cleaning. When you follow the trail, there are more the closer you get to the wall. I have a pretty good idea what this curse is, but I may have made another random discovery.
What is this? Is that a
brought
fake
it.
wall?
I know you.
I don't.
This man's a former slave. He cannot speak.
I will do my
Tongue
best.
cut off?
It's not uncommon to select a mute to act as a servant,
Or that.
especially in the case of the noblest person to ever live. This room, were there once paintings in here? Is he hiding something? Is something hidden behind the wall?
Oh. Gave it away.
This paper, may I tear it off?
I mean, it's gonna get destroyed anyways.
You may proceed. This building will be torn down soon.
Yep.
So if it'll help find answers.
So we have massive painting. Wow, that's actually pretty good.
The late emperor must have painted this piece. I don't care for his nature, but I think he died without making full use of his talents. And the color in the garment worn by this woman, the pigment was created by crushing a mineral called orpiment. Orpiment is a material that contains arsenic.
Oh.
It's toxic, and is known to slow decomposition.
So it's arsenic poisoning?
He was no stranger to painting with orpiment, and after years of use, it must have gradually absorbed into his body. It would be considered an inappropriate pastime for a man of his station.
To paint?
At least to the people around him.
I guess.
Despite
He was
already
weird,
being
though.
dubbed an idiot, he never revealed it. To be able to paint so many pictures, someone had to acquire the tools. The woman in this picture knew how her own child was wholly unfit to be emperor.
But because
So
all the
when her
brothers
son
died,
accidentally ended up on the throne.
yeah, he was kind of forced into it.
So much so, she would end up becoming an empress herself. The last gifts his fiercely devoted mother
It's kinda like
bestowed on
Cersei.
him was this room and tools for painting. I'm afraid that's all I can say.
Yes, you did well, Apothecary.
Good. So now she has a clear conscience. I hope. Don't stand too close.
It's like she's trying to send questions to someone beyond the skies. Look at me, getting all emotional.
It's about time. I mean, there was some times that I've seen.
Oh, how I seethe with rage.
Rage?
The paint is faded, but her presence remains as strong as ever.
Oh, yeah, she hated the mom.
As far as he was concerned, I was nothing but a passing thought. Some sympathized with the child who fell into the clutches of the late emperor and became pregnant.
Gosh,
I'm
she's
sure
so
at one
young.
point. But I was aware of the emperor's taste beforehand.
Wait, what?
My father was a bureaucrat, and my
Oh.
mother was his concubine.
Oh.
I had a young-looking face, but my monarchy came early.
Yeah, that's so bad.
I entered the rear palace as the lady-in-waiting of a mid-rank concubine.
Yeah,
Hurry,
she was the
Angie.
bait.
Let's see what my hair looks like with them.
Of course, sister.
She was actually supposed to be with him. So
Hello,
bad.
my emperor.
He's scared.
Please, won't you come inside?
Don't touch me!
Oh, gosh.
Majesty.
Are you all right?
At that moment, our fates were sealed with only a glance. In my eyes, he saw only my girlish ambition. I carried the Emperor's child and was put in grave danger countless times.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. People want to kill you for that.
There once was a girl who gave birth to a daughter. She claimed that the girl was the late Emperor's, but he denied it. A doctor was declared the father and was exiled with the baby.
Oh, wait, no. That was... Almost thought it was like Mau Mau, but no, this is way too early.
The girl who gave birth to the so-called daughter was confined to the rear palace. More than likely, she never left while she was alive. I grew from a little girl into a young woman, and the late emperor stopped visiting me.
So no one knows what happened to that girl. I got something to say. Afterwards.
Truly, what a pathetic excuse for a man. Nothing more than a puppet for the empress.
Even though you're the empress. Oh, no.
To have that wretch forget about me. It will not stand. You look frightened, my emperor. Maybe it's because I'm no longer a child. In his bedchamber, he begged for forgiveness as I spat curses into his ears. Prepare yourself. I wanted him to remember me more intensely than any of them. After that night, his mind was destroyed, and he shut himself in that building.
Oh, so that's how the
Just
prince.
once. He painted me. I used to treasure that portrait, but I told Suiren to discard it. I
Oh,
had
so
no need for such
that's the
things.
picture that Mao
Just
Mao
like the
saw.
late Emperor had no need for me.
Hi, Mom.
One time, many years back, I recall him coming to see the two of us.
That's right. A child of immorality, a child of a mistake. Whatever they called him, he's precious nonetheless.
I'm sure I picked this up because it reminded me of it.
I thought I told her to get rid of it.
Nope.
Strange. I recall you favoring garments in this color long ago. That woman in the painting, is she really the Empress, I wonder? What do you think he was trying to tell us back then?
I don't know.
You do know.
Or rather, I choose not to know.
Okay.
But let's change the subject.
Ignorance is bliss,
What
I
about
guess.
this fascinating girl you seem quite partial to? You really should hide your favorites better. Or someone else may hide them from you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank goodness. Thank goodness it's over. I got so much to say, actually. Okay, I want to get this out of the way real quick. So, I was almost there. It was honestly arsenic poisoning that caused the Emperor to die, and not lead poisoning. Whoops. So interesting how she was able to figure that out just by looking at it. Just by looking at this thing, she was like, yeah, this is arsenic. This is a painting material that some people use. This has this effects. So let me go check the inner core and see. Crazy. The biggest thing I want to hear is this again.
There once was a girl who gave birth to a daughter. She claimed that the girl was the late Emperor's, but he denied it, saying he knew nothing of it. A doctor was declared the father and was exiled with the baby. The girl who gave birth to the so-called daughter was confined to the rear palace. More than likely, she never left while she was alive.
Okay, so this is my biggest thing. This is the thing that I always think about when it comes to shows in general is why do they put these things in? Why give screen time to these things if they don't lead to something in the future? My thing is in the beginning, I don't know Sweden's motivation for trying to take out Jinji. I do, however, believe that this could be Sweden. The baby. Sweden? That's the name, right? I could be wrong. Because two things. Can I not freaking see that? Gosh dang. Okay, so this could be Sweden's mom. The baby could be Sweden. And because she was taken by the doctor or a doctor, she could have learned what the doctor knows. Therefore, she knows kind of what Mao Mao knows. So she came back into the inner court or whatnot for revenge. Because she most likely heard that her mother died inside the Southern Palace. So she probably has beef with the whole Emperor line, but she technically can't touch the Emperor. She goes after Jinji. That's my thoughts. That's because originally when I heard this, I was like, oh, Mao Mao. But then I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So then I thought, okay, who could be kind of like Mao Mao, but older? And that's when I led to Sweden. So maybe this is her origins as why she's so upset. Another thing is, yes, the Emperor is bad. The Emperor is a bad person for being attracted to the young girls. I do, however, believe the families are also bad too for knowing what the Emperor likes and is like, yeah, hey, you 10-year-old, we're going to put you over to the Southern Palace. That way you can woo him, sending their daughters to the slaughter. That's absolutely horrible. So she was put into the Southern Palace for the intention of getting on the Emperor's good side. And she was doing okay when she had the baby. She became the Empress Dowager or the Empress. But when she got older, he started to avoid her and she got pissed because of it. And thus this happens, in which she conceives her second child, aka the non-Jinji. And this kind of leads him to be a shut-in, and all those dominoes fall into where he just dies because of the pain. So technically, she's not the cause for this, but she's also one of the dominoes that led to him dying. And I do wonder, like, okay, why is he? There's obviously something that the Emperor had to where he's comfortable around girls, but then become uncomfortable about women. And we only get that realization because of Anju. She's the same person throughout all those years. She just went from a girl to a woman. And as soon as she becomes a woman, then the emperor doesn't want her. Could just be a fetish, but it can't, I don't think it can be. The only reason why I say that is because he looked actively afraid of Anju's sister. Like there's some sort of trauma that's happening. It could be because the bomb, because of what we saw of how the old empress, of how she used her son. And on that end, I wonder, was the old empress, was she the cause of all her other sons dying? Because I can completely see, it's crazy to think, I can completely see her still wanting to control, still wanting the power. So in order to keep the power, she takes all of her sons out except for the most manipulated one, lets him become emperor so that she technically controls him and thus the kingdom. Crazy way to think about it, but could be a possibility. And in the very end, Grandma talks to Jinji about Mao Mao. So hopefully we get something about that. Anyways, that was my reaction to the Apothecary Diaries, Season 2, Episode 9. If you like my reaction, make sure to like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.